Hi everybody, I'm going to be showing you how to color your hair this morning. Okay, here we are in my bathroom. I have a garbage bag that I cut the seams up so that it makes it bigger, and then I put it over everything and even the backsplash. Also put it on the floor. I have a ceramic bowl. Those wash out very easily and clean. I have color brush and gloves, and I also have a magnifying mirror so that you can see up close. I also have a triple mirror in my bathroom so that when you open it up, you can see the back of your head. If you don't have that, then you just use your handheld mirror and hold it like this so you can see the back of your head. So when you mix your hair color, make sure that you're mixing it very slowly because it splatters all over the place otherwise, and you won't notice until the color develops that it's stained something. So nice and slow. So usually you do the hairline first, all the way around, and then you go to the areas that it shows the most, like the part, that kind of thing. So here goes. I'm going to do some of it right here. I'm going to go right around the hairline. And notice there's not a ton of color on my brush. You can use it sparingly and then go back over the areas that show the most. And you probably get stain on your skin. It comes off after a day or so unless you have some color remover, but be very careful about color remover and rubbing your skin because you will break the skin and then you'll have a scab for a couple of weeks, and that's not good. So there's the hairline. So now I'm going to be using my magnifying mirror so that I can see those little hairs and I can see how many of them that I missed. And you just gently put it on. Don't load it on again. You want to run out of hair dye either because there's not a ton in there, but enough. Okay, so now I'm going to use the triple mirror to see the back of my head. I don't know if you can see. We'll try this. Sometimes the mirror plays tricks on you and you move in your hand and you think you're moving it in the correct direction, but you're actually moving it in the opposite direction. So it takes a little bit of practice. Even with me, like right there, I kind of got a little bit messed up. I don't know if you can see that, but I just got hair dye on my shirt and I'm just gonna wipe it off. This is an old black one. Black doesn't show the stains as much, but it still can show. But again, it's my old one, so it's fine. Okay, so now we're going to part the hair. We're gonna go along where the natural part is because that's where the gray shows the most, and you wanna get it on those areas first, like I said. And the section goes from the top of the head to the high point of the ear on both sides. Like so. You can either clip them up or just keep in mind that there's 4 sections. And then there's one down the center, like that. So I'm gonna just clip it for the people that need to clip their hair. So here are the 4 sections. Okay, and now we go down the part. You want to try to be careful not to go too far down with the color here because you don't want to overlap color over color because it will get dark spots if you have lighter hair. When you have darker hair, you don't notice it too much, but it can still get a dark spot even with dark hair. Okay, so we just did the part, and now we're going to start filling in the section, and you're going to use the end of your brush to section it off and just move up the head like so. And you're going to continue to do this on both sides, and then we're going to start in the back at the crown. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the back of the head, and I'm going to position my mirror so that I can see how I can see the back. And generally I tell people to start the back on the top. The front, I'd say start on the bottom, and the reason that I say that is because when people are putting, the hair dye on, they end up smushing it into the other hair, and you really shouldn't do that again because that causes dark spots. So here we go on the back. So the back of the head, I actually find it difficult to work with clips in the hair because the hair just kind of sits up there. So I'm going to take that down, but keep in mind there are two sections here. So we want to start on the top of the head. Just get that whole top section done. And you can push the hair out of the way. And here we go. Again, I gotta get this clip out because I find it difficult to work. Some people like the clips. So here we go. We're just gonna section little bit by little bit. And you wanna make sure you use a little bit of color on each section, and you're gonna go back over the areas that you didn't get. You'll have to look through your head. Okay, so now we're on the last section. Other side. And again, we're going to start from the top. And work our way down. Remember, never smush this hair up top into the other hair because that will cause dark spots. And try to be neat. I'm going to show you afterwards the mess that I made on my counter. And I think I made too thick of a section there, so I'm just going to separate and go in. And you notice I'm moving fairly quickly. You don't want the hair dye to finish developing by the time you get to the end of the head, because then the color won't be even. Little by little. All the way down. And when I'm done, my hair will process for 35 minutes. And then I'm going to rinse it in the kitchen sink because it's a lot easier to do. I don't suggest doing it in the shower because then you're going to have to scrub all the walls down because you don't know where the dye goes. You won't notice until it dries off, and then you'll see stains everywhere. Okay, so this is after I've colored the hair. And check it out, there's hair dye everywhere. And that would have been on the counters. Okay, so here's where I'm gonna wash my hair. Here's all the garbage bags. I do have a solid surface sink, so I'm going to have to scrub it down with some bleach and borax or the magic eraser, something like that, every square inch of it. Okay, this is it, all done. See? Actually, I have a little bit of stain, but it's okay. It'll come off maybe by tomorrow. I don't want to rub it too hard because then I'll end up with a scab. And make sure that you did cover your counters and your floors, being very careful. Hair dye is definitely a chemical and it can hurt you. So Try not to get it in your eyes. Apply fairly quickly, but carefully enough, especially when you're around the face and the part, because you could get it in your eyes. Anyway, that's it. That concludes the video.